Welcome everybody, my name is Benjamin aka Silent, and today I want to give you some guidance on how to prepare for Draft League. I normally play VGC, but you can use this guide as well for Singles Draft League. If you like my video, please leave a like and subscribe, this will help out my channel pretty well. So, first thing we need, if we want to start in a Draft League, we need a fancy team name and logo. In my case, I'm the coach of the Zapping Pincurchins, my mascot is Pincurchin, and I need a background as well. That's just a quick guide to how you can create a logo. I'm not the best in creating logos, but I think my logo is pretty good. You can just take the name, background, the mascot, throw them all together, and you get a fancy logo. So yeah, let's go to the important things. The draft. When you start a draft league, before you start the draft you need a plan. And the plan starts with choosing a core. Here are some sample cores. You can go with Sankor, Torkoal and Venusaur, for example. Colossal with Colossal Dragapult to enable the weakness policy, and Steam Engine with Surf. Or maybe a Psychic, Terrain, Trick Room core with Hattern and Indeedee. There are so many cores in Pokemon, but these are just some common and very popular cores. For the purpose of the video, we will go for the Colossal and Dragapult core. After you have chosen and got your two first Pokemon in the core, you have to search Pokemon to support them. In this case, a great support for Colossal and Dragapult is Gastrodon, because you can absorb all the water type moves that people throw on your Colossal with the Storm Dragon or Gastrodon. But a draft league is not always so easy, because people can snipe you. And in case someone snipes your Gastrodon, you have to search for a substitute. A good Pokemon to substitute the Gastrodon is Cradily, for example. Has the same ability. The typing is not that bad as well. I think Cradily is a great Pokemon in case you can't get your Gastrodon. So after you have got your main 3-4 Pokemon for your core, you have to cover weaknesses. Do you have enough fire types, water types, grass types, steel type, fairy types in your team? Try to not repeat all of too much types. Try to cover everything a little bit, because your team has to be versatile. That's what the draft league is all about. If your opponent can't prepare too good against you, he has a harder time and you have an advantage every week. So now you have chosen your 11-12 Pokemon. In the case of the UGA where I'm playing, we play with 11 Pokemon. You have to do a draft order. How do you do this? That's the draft order I've done in the second season of the UGA. I've decided to go with a Gengar team, and I've done a draft order in the order I think the Pokemon, the more urgent Pokemon, I've chosen first. For example, I wanted a Gengar team, so obviously I choose the Gengar first. And my second Pokemon, it was Liepard. Liepard is not the best Pokemon, but it's a prankster Pokemon, and prankster Pokemon in draft leagues are gone pretty fast. You should try, if you plan to take a prankster Pokemon, you should try to take it turn 1 or turn 2. After that I want to finish my Perish Trap core with Gothitelle, and from then I've just gone and cover some weaknesses. I've gone for Sceptile and Primarina for the because I wanted to take Primarina for the Perish Song, and Sceptile, yeah, just to support Primarina for Water Grass Pledge, and yeah, I wanted a grass Pokemon this time as well. But why I've chosen Sceptile before? This time we have so much good tier 1 Pokemon. Primarina was pretty safe, but Sceptile was tier 3, a pretty good tier 3 Pokemon, so I prioritized Sceptile over Primarina. Pincurchin as well. Once I've got my Sceptile, I wanted Pincurchin to enable the Unburden boost of my Sceptile pretty easy with Electric Terrain. Then I've chosen Corviknight for coverage. Thorak was a pretty important Pokemon for me, but as you see, it's pretty late in the draft. Why is that? I've chosen Thorak pretty late in the draft because I thought nobody would take it. In the first season of the UGA, I've taken a look on what the people have drafted, and there were just a few coaches who've taken Thorak, and if they have taken Thorak, it was pretty late in the draft. So I thought in the 8th turn was pretty solid. Entei, I've not originally planned to get Entei, but it's still a tier 1 Pokemon left, and Entei was pretty good. I had several choices for fire coverage there at this time. I could also have taken Heatmore or something like that, but yeah, Entei is pretty good. Then I've just chosen fighting type Pokemon and Dragonair as a dragon type Pokemon, but this Pokemon was not so important, that's why I've chosen them last. Once you've done your original draft, try to fix your snipes. In my case, I was not sniped too much, but it can maybe be that you've drafted, what can I say, maybe you draft Venusaur, G-Max Venusaur, and someone drafts Ninetales and another one draft Torkoal. So now you have no effective way to put the Sun on the field. That's bad, but it's not the end of the world. Normally after the draft you can still fix your snipes doing some free trades. And now you should try to fix some snipes you get in the draft. And also cover your weaknesses again. So now you've done the draft, and normally after that you know your opponents. Not always you play against all the opponents in your same division, and now you can start to prepare for specific matchups. You know the teams of your opponents, and you can start to prepare. In my case, for example, in the first week I knew I had to play, in the second week I had to play against someone with many flying type Pokemons, and the only electric type in my team was Pincurchin. I had no ice types and I had no rock types neither, so I've chosen to fix it a little bit. I've changed Dragonair against Glalie. Dragonair was the Pokemon who gives me less value of all my teams, so yeah, I've chosen it for ice type. I could also have taken a rock type, but I think Glalie was the best choice for me from what's left. So now that we have our team, our draft team drafted, we are about to start our team preparation. First of all, we have to choose our Pokemon. Which Pokemon we choose? One thing I do always is I do a little list before I start team building, and first I try to figure out which Pokemon my opponent will bring. In case of the Hamburger Dragons, I've called right 5 of 6 Pokemons. That's pretty good. All the must-bring Pokemon were there. I thought he had to bring his Colossal, Dragapult and the Rising Core for the beat-up Surf Strat. Crocodile was just too good against me to not bring him. And from then I was not sure what he would bring. And yeah, once I've done the must brings maybe and not brings, Pokemon I think he will not bring, I have to start to do the same with my team. So I've chosen my Watergrass Fire Core for the first game and my Prankster Pokemon. These 4 Pokemon are Pokemon I need. And then I've tried out several Pokemons in the team preparation: Gothitelle, Thorak, Corviknight and Gengar. In the end I've decided to go with Gengar and Corviknight, and yeah, it works out for me. In the end I've actually won this game. So, but it was pretty close, to be honest. So after I've chosen my 6 Pokemon, I have to start team building. Team building starts for me normally with choosing the moves. Before I start to calc and to do some crazy stuff, I want my normal strategies be done. In this case, for example, I've chosen to get with the Unburden Luminous Moss because I thought my opponent would enable my Luminous Moss with Surf from Dragapult, and yeah, then I could just max Quake into his Colossal. That was one strat I prepared for. For that case, I've got Sparkling Area and Aqua Jet on my Primarina to enable it by myself. I've got the Acrobatics to beat Virizion, Leaf Blade for stop. Then I've got my Entei with Weakness Policy that I can enable also with my Aqua Jet on my Primarina. Coverage moves on him. My Corviknight, I thought it should be pretty bulky, bulk up set with coverage options. I've also planned an Eject Button, Trick, Liepard, so I'm just throw all the moves, all the strats I have before I start to EV my Pokemon. First thing, I calc, once I've done the items and the moves on my Pokemon, is the speed. I always start with the speed because it's a thing that has to be done right. Normally in normal ladder you always see some sets like 2-5-2 attack, 2-5-2 speed. That's good because you have to play against hundreds of possible Pokemons who can come. In Draft League that's not the case, you have just to prepare for 11 or 12 Pokemon depending on your Draft League. So for example my Entei does not need to be max speed. With 2-3 6 speed, 236 speed, EVs and Jolly Nature, my Entei was able to outspeed everything. He can outspeed. If I would have maxed his speed to 252, he would be faster obviously, but there would not be any Pokemon in my opponent's team that I would have outspeed with max speed that I not already outspeed with 236. My Sceptile, for example, had just enough speed to outspeed after Unburden boost by 1 or 2 points the Colossal +6 Jolly. So yeah, that's more or less the way I do the speed EVs. Once I've done the speed EVs, I go for the attack EVs. That's when I look if I can OHKO my opponent. If I can OHKO my opponent, good thing for me. Then I normally give him, like in the case from Sceptile, max attack. But if it's not the case, I lower the attack stat a little bit. Like for example for Entei. And more if I want to live a hit. My Entei was, for example, EV'd to live a hit of a max Quake. And having max attack would not help me. I was able to kill everything I wanted to kill with 204, and my EVs just protected me to 3 hit KO to survive some hits even better. Yeah, now we have done our team. What's next? Practice. So in draft leagues you have normally 3 different ways to practice. The best way to practice is obviously ask a friend or family member. If someone plays Pokemon, he does not have to be the best player of the world, he just has to have some basic competitive Pokemon knowledge. He has not to be a world champ or something like this. He just has to know how to play the game more or less. I think that's the best way that you can practice for your weekly draft league battle, but that you can't always do this. Sometimes you have to rely on people from internet. Normally draft leagues have communities, Discord servers where you can ask someone else to lend you a hand. Normally in that case you have to help in as well. Do it. It's pretty interesting to help other people as well, and if you are open to help someone, other people are more open to help you as well. But if you don't have the time for preparing from anybody else and helping them out, you can also do it by yourself. It's not the best way, but you can always take your PC, mobile phone, 2 mobile phones, go to Pokemon Showdown and play against yourself. But if you play against yourself, please keep in mind it's not about winning, it's about practicing and learning. If you always play the way that your team would win, you don't learn anything and you don't get any value out of this. You have to play your opponent the way you think your opponent would play, and it's pretty hard. Yeah, I say it because sometimes I play bad for my opponent by myself without even noticing. And so if you can ask a family member or someone else, do it. If you have to play by yourself, be honest, do the right plays for your opponent, because if not, you will not get any value of this way. So yeah, mindset and behavior. Now we have played the game. The game is done. What do we do now? If you have won, congrats, don't forget to give a good game to your opponent, and maybe apologize if you have won because of heavy hacks like crits, freeze or flinches. Keep in mind your opponent has just lost and is probably upset and frustrated because he's prepared as hard as you for this game. Try to be kind and don't say something that can make your opponent's mood even worse. In case your opponent cries like a baby and starts to insult you, just leave it with a GG's and let him cry. Not everybody is taking a loss like a gentleman. You have lost. Okay, you're probably in a bad mood and at least a little bit frustrated about it. Once you get calm again, you should analyze why you've lost. In case you can see a replay, do it. If you lost because of bad matchup, don't sweat it. If you have lost because of hacks, don't sweat it also. If you have lost because of failures in your preparation, try to improve that aspect next time. And in case you've played badly, ask yourself why you've done these movements and think about how you can improve and win the game next time. So yeah, that's more or less everything. I hope I can help you out with this a little bit. If you have liked my video, thanks for watching everyone, and have fun in your draft leagues. See you!